I was on TikTok Live the other day, and someone who was working on masculinizing their voice said that their voice sounded really tired. And this is what I had to say.
Okay, we got a little comment from Aspiring House Butch. I find that I sound tired / fall into a lot of vocal fry when I speak in my chest voice. Any tips? Okay, great question. So most people are speaking in their chest voice at all times. And I know these words we use, they don't actually mean anything. Like chest voice and head voice are kind of the words that we use because they're common, but they don't adequately describe what's functionally happening. The chest voice is just the voice that you can comfortably speak in. I don't want to get too anatomical. So let's just say it's the voice that most people comfortably speak in. The head voice is this one up here, where it's a little bit more airy usually. It's higher. It is over that sort of gear change feeling. So you say when I speak in my chest voice, but I am assuming what you're meaning is that when you speak low in your chest voice, right? Like down here, you feel like you sound tired and you fall into a lot of vocal fry. Is this sort of more or less what you're describing? When I speak lower. Okay, yes. So this person said, yes, makes sense. I guess what I'm experiencing is when I speak lower. Perfect. So totally normal, first of all. Very, very, very normal for that to happen. When we lower the voice, sometimes we go into fry. And there's a reason for that. Fry tends to sound like sub bass, it tends to have an even lower sound. So if you are someone who wants a low voice, your brain hears this low vibrating vocal fry sound, and you're like, yes, that sounds low. I like that. But as you pointed out, it can sound kind of tired and has a little less energy. And the reason for that is that vocal fry requires almost no air movement. Very little. I could do a vocal fry sound for 100 years on one breath. It takes no breath to use that. So what I usually advise students who are trying to masculinize and want that lower voice, rather than going down into the lowest part of your voice and closing everything up, which is what gives you fry, right? We want to keep that airway open and make more space in the vocal tract so that we're taking advantage of resonance. We're getting a darker resonance. So rather than going, let's just say this was your average pitch. Rather than going, right into the fry, we want, and we actually want more air. And the exercise I use for this to help students access this is ho, ho, ho. So you want to ho, 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 like you're Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Another exercise that works weirdly well is to pretend that you're Gaston from The Beauty and the Beast. Hello, I'm Gaston, because he speaks with a lot of air, a lot of energy, and a very dark resonance. So that is usually what I advise if you are trying to create a lower, more darker, more masculine sound without falling into this very closed space that has no energy to it, which tends to sound, as you pointed out, tired and fall into a lot of vocal fry.
If you want to get your trans voice questions answered directly by me, join me every Monday afternoon Eastern Time on TikTok Live. And I hope this helps.